SABAH nomination day. Premier calls for smooth campaigning period. And Sungai Buloh holds toughest fight. Those are the headlines for tonight. You're now with me, Shosha Metro, and this is TVS Nightline. Earlier today, we have just concluded the nomination day for the 15th general election, which began simultaneously at 222 nomination centres. Now, over in Sabah, we have our reporter on the ground, Amirul Mukminin, to inform us on the nomination day taking place, to which an untowards occurred in Tenom. Now, over to you, Amirul.
Good evening to the friends in studio. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to inform you today the chaos happening in Tenom today. That we appreciate that everybody is being patient to wait this. Okay, today we update about the Tenom, what happening is in Tenom. So the press conference by the chief police. They say today that they actually are being not unsatisfied with the nomination of the Parti Kesejahteraan Demokratik Rakyat KDM, which is the nomination will be challenged by Dato Peter Anthony. There be a problem over there. It's supposed to be 300 people actually rushing into the SPR nomination room, and the police already control all the areas and throwing the smoke bombs to ensure all the right stops in the end. But according to the police statement today, they actually believe that this is belong to the case of the court, which is Dato Peter Anthony involved in with the UMS the other day. So we're actually watching a catastrophe in Malaysia, which is we can see that this is a historic moment in Sabah happening. It's a single moment which is only happening in Sabah today. All around Malaysia. Also, I would like to conclude the nomination name in whole Sabah. We can see that there's a lot of coalition between parties and candidates, which most of them come from GRS, Barisan Nasional, Pejuang, Pakatan Harapan, plus Muda. That we can see that today that the coalition will be challenging, the coalition will be exciting. The coalition will be impactful to all voters in Sabah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate for you to watching this tonight for the updates. Get back to you to the studio. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Amirul, for that insightful update live in Sabah. This is definitely an exciting update. Now, moving on to the next news. The 14-day campaign period has begun following the official announcement of candidates by returning officers today and will run until 11:59 p.m. on November 18. Premier of Sarawak, Dr. Padigi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunapeng, has called for a smooth campaigning period.
Abang Johari also advised all candidates to engage in healthy campaigning and comply with the law and regulations set by the authorities, especially the Election Commission, EC and the police. At the same time, Abang Johari, who is also the GPS chairman, said the state government hopes for a stable federal government after GE15. He reiterated that in the past 4 years, a lot of time has been wasted due to political uncertainties in the country. He further stressed that the government should be providing better services to the people, especially when it was predicted that from 2023 to 2024, the world economy is projected to face a recession. As such, he said the GPS government will continue to fight for policies and matters related to Sarawak with the cooperation of the federal government.
The Sungai Buloh parliamentary seat will see a 7-cornered fight in the 15th general election, GE15. Caretaker Health Minister KHAIRY said it would be a difficult task for him to wrest the seat, considering that it had been won by PH in the last 3 general elections. However, the 3-term Rembau Member of Parliament MP is not taking it as a disadvantage, but as a challenge to bring Barisan Nasional's fight to the urban area.
Meanwhile, when asked if his candidacy in Sungai Buloh was designed to end his political career, KHAIRY said he is not ready to go yet. The announcement was made by the returning officer, Muhammad Jasni Hashim, at the Sungai Buloh Nomination Centre at the Petaling Land and District Office at 11 a.m. According to the returning officer, there are 158,090 voters in the constituency. Earlier today, all the candidates arrived at the centre between 8:30 and 8:45 a.m. with their supporters. KHAIRY, who is also the caretaker health minister, will go up against Pakatan Harapan, Dato' R. Ramanan, and Perikatan Nasional's Muhammad Ghazali, Muhammad Hamin from PAS. The other contenders are Muhammad Akmal Muhammad Yusof, Pejuang, Ahmad Juflis Faiza, Parti Rakyat Malaysia, and independent candidates Nur Haslinda Basri and Syed Abdul Razak Syed Long Alsagoff, who caught some attention with his yellow Puat Chukang boots from the popular TV series.
Still in GE15, a total of 945 parliamentary nomination papers were received. According to the Election Commission EC Chairman Tan Sri Abdul Ghani Saleh, 6 nomination papers were rejected, 4 parliamentary nomination papers and 2 State Assembly nomination papers. Additionally, no candidates have won uncontested in the 15th general election.
Tiada kursi yang menang tanpa bertanding. 6 kertas pencalonan telah ditolak, iaitu 4 kertas Parlimen dan 2 kertas Dewan Undangan Negeri Dewan Negeri.
In a statement released this evening, most parliamentary seats will see 4 cornered fights with 82 parliamentaries, followed by 3 cornered fights with 54 seats and 5 cornered fights with 43 seats. For the first time in history of general elections in the Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur, the Batu Parliamentary Constituency is about to witness a 10-cornered clash, having recorded the largest number of candidates since 1955. In addition to the incumbent P. Prabhakaran from Pakatan Harapan, who will defend the seat, the clash also involves 4 independent candidates and 5 other candidates from Barisan Nasional, BN, Perikatan Nasional, PN, Parti Warisan, Pejuang, which is a component party of Gerakan Tanah Air GTA, and Parti Rakyat Malaysia, PRM. Apart from Prabhakaran from PKR, 5 other candidates are MIC Vice President Dato' A. Kohilan Pillay, BN MIC, Azhar Yahya, PN PAS, Wan Azliana Wan Adnan, GTA Pejuang, Naga Tanan Pillai, Warisan, and Zulkifli Fatah from PRM. The nomination process for GE15 and the Bugaya State by-election was held at 222 nomination centres throughout the country from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. GE15 involves 222 parliamentary seats and 116 state seats, namely 59 in Perak, Pahang 42, and Perlis with 15. Polling has been set for November 19th and early voting on November 15th.
The candidate for the Betong parliamentary seat, Dr. Richard Rapu, is confident of delivering it to the ruling coalition party of Sarawak, Gabungan Party Sarawak, GPS. During nomination day on Saturday, November 5th, he disclosed to local press that he have made preparations for quite a while in order to win the said parliamentary seat.
Dr. Richard reiterated that he will be guided by veteran politicians, namely the Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Douglas Ugahambas, Saribas Assemblyman Muhammad Razi Sitam, and Layar Assemblyman Dato' Gerard Rentap Jabu. He will face Patrick bin Khamis, 58, of PKR, and an independent Hasbi bin Sattar, 48. As such, he calls upon Betong voters to go to the poll on November 19 and cast their votes for GPS. He further added that their support will reciprocate by the Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, in approving the formation of the Betong Division Development Agency, BDDA. More than 2,000 leaders and strong supporters of GPS accompanied Dr. Richard to the nomination centre. They include Uga Muhammad Razi, Gerard Rentap Jabu, and former Betong Member of Parliament Dato' Robert Lawson Tuat.
GPS candidate for Putrajaya, Dato' Sri Fadila Yusof, hopes that the harmony at the constituency for each election season won't be jeopardized. The caretaker Senior Minister of Public Works said he wants all parties to respect each other.
Kalau nak siapa-siapa nak main kotor, tolong janganlah. Jangan kena ingat juga kalau orang main kotor nanti kita terpaksa jawab balik. Takut nanti akhirnya tidak hilang keharmonian.
He told this to reporters at the Dewan Al-Munirah Nomination Centre, Putrajaya, on Saturday. Meanwhile, this GE15 will see Fadila, 60, defending his seat for the 5th term, while Pakatan Harapan's PH Sopian Julahi and Parti Sedar Rakyat Sarawak Sedar, Dato' Othman Abdillah, are both contesting for the first time. A candidate's failure to deliver promises could severely affect the voters' trust, minimizing their chance of winning. According to a political analyst, Professor Madhya Stanley B.A. Karam Kiai, the success of a manifesto lies in the seriousness of the candidates in understanding and delivering a promise to ease the people's struggle.
Manifesto itu mestilah dijelaskan, diterangkan. Di sini adalah kita akan nampak kredibiliti kan, kesesuaian calon. Adakah 14 yang muka baru tu sesuai dan layak untuk menjadi calon? Because kita sudah tahu mereka telah ditapis dari segi pengalaman, pengetahuan, kemahiran dan sebagainya. Mungkin ada yang pernah terlibat secara langsung dalam politik dalam pelbagai aktiviti lah. Di sinilah dari tapis, so mereka boleh dianggapkan ada credibility. Dan mereka tomorrow, ketika yang kita tahu, manifesto keluar besok, bawa itu kempen, terangkan. Saya nampak kalau kempen di Sarawak ni, dia banyak main politik kan. Daripada nak menerangkan apa yang perancangan yang dibuat. Manifesto is perancangan. Misi, visi apa yang nak dicapai pada masa depan. Kalau yang dulu belum dapat ditepati janji, masukkan balik kan. Kenapa kita nak buat ni semula? Di sinilah peranan calon tu untuk menerangkan itu.
He further added, referrals from experienced candidates are very important to help new candidates in delivering their message to the voters.
Apabila dia nak menerangkan, dia akan menerangkan sangat berlebihan. Jadi apabila nak melaksanakannya, itu jadi sukar sikit. Yang tak patut disebut, dia sebut kerana ini akan membawa kepada populariti kan. Mendapat perhatian daripada pengundi. Kita nak menunjukkan bahawa kita boleh bercakap, boleh berceramah dan sebagainya. So, dengan cuba nak menerangkan manifesto itu tapi tak faham sangat, di sinilah gandingan dengan orang yang sudah lama itu sangat penting. Dan saya rasa semua calon yang baru dia kena bukan nak bertanding sekarang, dia kena memahami idea Premier 5 tahun yang lepas ke belakang.
Meanwhile, the senior lecturer of the Faculty of Administrative Science and Policy Studies of Mara Technology University UITM Sarawak, Dr. Aida Kipli said opting to engage with the people through media goes along the era of globalization in changing perception of a person.
Alright. Ada 3 faktor untuk pengundi mengundi. Yang pertama, kandidat, calon, personality. Nombor 2, parti yang dibawa. Yang ketiga, manifesto. Itu dapatan kajian yang sebelum-belum bertahun-tahun kita memerhati pentas politik ini. Dan saya tambah faktor keempat, media massa. The power of the media cannot be denied, very significant. Okey, tadi Prof dah komen pasal dia punya personality. Ya, kalau dia bawa nama parti itu kemungkinan besarlah ketewasan itu mungkin ada. Jadi apa yang dia cuba nak majukan kepada pengundi dia dah ada dah. Dia dah ada aura dah. Dia dah ada penyokong dia dah. Dia dah ada sustainable support untuk dia sendiri. Sustainable political support apa? Sustainable political support dah ada dah.
Jadi sekarang berganyak kan?
Ya, memang kata orang memang setialah setelah banyak kali dia mempertahankan kursi itu. Sekarang persoalannya di sini adalah bagaimana dia nak carry perjuangan tu supaya support tu masih bertahan kepada dia. Dia memang dah terkenal, orang suka dia, karakter dia. Jadi faktor yang ketiga dengan keempat tu yang dia kena mainkan, faktor manifesto dia dan faktor dia akan cuba menguasai.
She said this when she was a guest alongside Associate Professor Stanley Bai Kadam Kiai on TVS Malaysia Decides program on Saturday.
Coming up right after the break, GE15 will see a 5-cornered fight in Knawit and Twitter to start layoffs on Friday. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned.
Kalau nak apa-apa lagi tahu ya. Kau ni dah kenapa, Mina? Ini mesti kau bergaduh-gaduh ni kan?
Bukan bergaduh, Mak. Abang Do dah tak ada.
Dah tak ada? Aduh, bagaimana?
Abang Do dah masuk ke darat jiwa. Abang Do pergi 8 minggu. Nanti rindu.
Membawakan perkembangan terkini Pilihan Raya Umum Malaysia ke-15.
Kupasan dan analisis isu semasa bersama pakar tempatan.
Menampilkan tetamu jemputan dalam industri.
Angkat aspirasi rakyat, suara anda kami dengar.
Perbincangan kami bawakan
hingga malam penentuan siapakah yang bakal dipilih Tabir Negara.
Bersama kami dalam Malaysia Decides
hanya di TVS.
Undi 18 merupakan istilah bagi warga negara Malaysia yang mencapai umur 18 tahun dan layak mengundi. Warga negara Malaysia yang berumur 18 tahun ke atas akan didaftarkan secara automatik sebagai pengundi. Syarat-syarat untuk didaftarkan sebagai pemilih secara automatik. Seorang warga negara Malaysia berumur 18 tahun ke atas, menetap di alamat seperti dalam MyKad anda dan tidak hilang kelayakan sebagai pemilih mengikut undang-undang. Semak kelayakan anda di portal MySPR atau muat turun aplikasi MySPR Semak. Untuk sebarang pertanyaan, hubungi hotline SPR 0388927018. Dapatkan liputan komprehensif PRU 15 di TVS saluran 122. Jangan lupa laksanakan hak dan tanggungjawab anda sebagai warga negara dengan mengundi pada 19 November ini demi masa depan negara.
Welcome back to the Nightline. Now moving on to the next update. The campaign to win the hearts of voters has started for all 31 parliamentary seats in Sarawak for GE15. Among them were several new faces, with GPS fielding 14 fresh faces.
Kanawit will witness a five-cornered battle with its five candidates running for the seats, namely Dato' Ago Anak Dagang from GPS, Muhammad Fauzi Abdullah alias Joseph, Dr. Eli Luhat, Chen Nguj Fa, and Michael Anak Lias as independents. Meanwhile, Lanang, Julau, Lubo Antu, Sri Aman, and Syrian will fight a four-cornered fight in 5 seats. Now, 17 other seats will witness a three-cornered fight, namely Mas Gading, Santubong, Petrajaya, Bandar Kuching, Stampin, Puncak Borneo, Batang Lupar, Betong, Saratok, Sibu, Selangau, Kapit, Bintulu, Sibuti, Miri, Baram, and Lawas. Meanwhile, 8 seats will witness a one-on-one fight. That is Kota Samarhan, Batang Sadong, Tanjong Manis, Igan, Sarike, Muka, Hulu Rajang, and lastly, the Limbang parliamentary seat. A total of 95 candidates are qualified to contest to win the hearts of 1,943,074 registered voters who would cast their votes in the polls on November 19th.
A retired teacher sat out to the nomination centre in Kapit to support her former student, Dato' Sri Alexander Nantalinggi. Rosna Rakawi, 79, is seen sitting on her foldable chair, waving the Gabungan Party Sarawak or GPS flag at the State Government Complex, Jalan Blete.
She said this with a smile while expressing her pride towards her students for contributing so much to the people. Rosna added that Nanta was a disciplined student in school, which made him a caliber representative of today. When asked about her hopes for the Kapit incumbent if he managed to win the seat, Rosna expressed her wish that Nanta would consider building a Wisma Persekutuan Perkumpulan Wanita Sarawak (PPWS) in Kapit. Thereby, with such infrastructure, a lot of activities and programs can be done to help Kapit women by giving them the education and skills needed to progress.
GPS Santubong candidate Dato' Sri Nancy Shukri describes her move from Batang Sadong to Santubong as a return to her home village. Nancy, who is Batang Sadong incumbent, fully admitted that it is a challenging task to ensure victory in Santubong, stepping in her predecessor's big shoes and increasing number of voters.
Agak menjadi agak mencabar bagi saya kerana seperti yang saya katakan, ini kali pertama kita ada pengundi-pengundi yang baru dan saya percaya kita dapat prestasi yang baik juga kerana kebanyakannya ahli Dewan Undangan Negeri kita telah menjalankan tugas dengan begitu cemerlang sekali. Kalau diikut prestasi dari Pilihan Raya Umum Negeri pada 10 bulan yang lepas, mereka telah menjalankan tugas yang begitu cemerlang sekali dan saya mengharapkan ini menjadi dah boleh diulangkan atau kalau boleh lebih lagi kerana kita ada ramai pengundi baru.
She pointed out that the service has to go on, that someone has to continue the excellent work by Santubong incumbent Dato' Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jafar.
Berkhidmat itu perlu diteruskan. Tugas-tugas perlu dilakukan. Kita di GPS memang kalau lihat dari dulu lagi memang tugas kita banyak ke kawasan. Banyak ke kawasan memberi perkhidmatan kepada orang ramai. Itulah yang menjadi pegangan kita, panduan kita dalam menjalankan tugas. Itu kasut kaki itu is too big for me to fit in, but then I will try my best lah untuk menjalankan tugas yang sebaiknya.
Nancy will be facing Muhammad Zain Peli and Afendi Jaman for the Santubong seat, which has a total of 79,540 voters.
Thank you for staying with me. And now on to our world affairs. Twitter Inc. will tell employees by Friday, November 4, on an email about whether they have been laid off, temporarily closing its offices and preventing staff access following a week of uncertainty about the company's future under new owner Elon Musk.
These social media companies said in an email to staff it will alert employees by 9 a.m. Pacific time on Friday about staff cuts. Musk, the world's richest person, is looking to cut around 3,700 Twitter staff, or about half the workforce, as he seeks to slash costs and impose a demanding new work ethic. According to internal plans reviewed this week, meanwhile, Twitter did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
Russia's defense ministry released footage on Friday, November 4, to show the evacuation of civilians on a Russian military-operated pontoon ferry across the Dnipro River in Kherson region. A military commander on the video said troops were managing to ferry around 1,200 vehicles and 5,000 civilians to the left bank of the Dnipro every day. The damaged Antonivsky Bridge, which is located upstream from Kherson city and is close to the traffic, could be seen behind the commander. Russian-installed officials in Kherson region have urged residents to leave the city amidst fears of an impending counter-offensive by Ukrainian forces to retake the city of Kherson. Earlier on Friday, Russian President Vladimir Putin echoed their words, saying those living in Kherson should be removed from the zone where the most dangerous military actions are taking place. In recent days, people from Kherson region, where an evacuation zone was extended by 15 kilometers into the eastern side of the Dnipro River on Tuesday, November 1, have been seen arriving in northern Crimea, which Russia annexed from Ukraine in 2014. And China will pursue the modernization of harmony between humanity and nature, said President Xi Jinping via video at the opening ceremony of the 14th meeting of the Conference of the Contracting Parties to the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands on Saturday. Xi delivered a keynote speech titled Protecting Wetlands for Our Future and Scaling Up Wetlands Action Across the World via video link at the opening ceremony held in central China's Wuhan city.
将建设人与自然和谐共生的现代化，推进湿地保护事业高质量发展。前不久，中国制定了国家公园空间布局方案，中国将陆续设立一批国家公园，约占陆域国土面积的10%，把约1100万公顷湿地纳入国家公园体系，重点建设 三江源、青海湖、诺尔盖、黄河口、辽河口、松嫩鹤乡等湿地类型国家公园，实施全国湿地保护规划和湿地保护重大工程。中国将推动国际交流合作，保护4条途经中国的候鸟迁飞通道。 在深圳建立国际红树林中心，支持举办全球滨海论坛会议。
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. Just head on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. Don't forget to catch our comprehensive discussion on G15 with our daily coverage of Malaysia Decides at 10 a.m., 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. starting tomorrow. That's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Shal Shamato. Thank you for watching.